Chris Judd's first game occurred in round 2 of the 2002 season. The West Coast Eagles faced the Collingwood Magpies at the MCG. As a top 3 draft pick, Judd had much expectation to be the next big thing at West Coast, and he did not disappoint. Judd would fit in nicely with the seasoned players, providing multiple goal assists from the midfield and contesting with impressive pressure. The Magpies would lead, but the Eagles had kept a tight grip throughout the game. Judd would keep his team's winning hopes alive with a goal himself in the final term. However, it was Brodie Holland at the small forward position for Collingwood who would extend their lead to 7 points with his 8th goal of the day. West Coast would fall to Collingwood by 1 point that day, but Chris Judd would impress with 15 kicks, 4 handballs, 4 tackles and a goal. The Eagles would make the finals that year and improve from their position of 14th the year before. Judd would win the AFL Players Association Best First Year Player Award as well, and quickly became part of the leadership team in 2004. In that year, Judd would break through, averaging 22 touches and kicking 24 goals in the season. He became West Coast's first Brownlow medalist, polling 30 votes and earning his first Best and Fairest and All-Australian selection. Judd would continue to elevate his form in 2005, making the grand final but losing against Sydney. Judd would still win the Norm Smith medal in the losing side. In 2006, a 22-year-old Judd was named captain of the Eagles and would lead the club to a premiership where they beat Sydney by 1 point in a thriller sequel to the 2005 grand final. He would take the Best and Fairest and MVP that year too. After the 2007 season, Chris Judd would announce his departure from West Coast and join Carlton on a 6-year, $6 million contract. At the Blues, Judd was awarded the captaincy and would help bolster the Blues' finals presence, making the finals in 2009, the first since 2001, where they would go down to the Lions. Judd would find himself in controversy at the end of that year, as he was caught gouging the eye of Michael Riscatelli. Judd would defend himself, suggesting his intention was to hit a pressure point behind the ear, but he later backtracked and stated this was a failed attempt at dry humour. He would be suspended for the first 3 matches of the 2010 season. Judd would however return in 2010 and win his second Brownlow with 30 votes and become the 13th in history to win the Best in League award more than once. He would also win his 3rd consecutive Carlton Best and Fairest and 5th All-Australian selection. In 2011, Judd led Carlton to its best season in a decade, helping the team finish 5th at the end of the season and to record its first finals victory since 2001. Following the 2012 season, Judd took on a smaller role in the team, giving up the captaincy and stepping away from the leadership group, which brings us to his final match in round 10 of the 2015 season. The Blues were facing the Adelaide Crows. Judd would take a contested mark against Patrick Dangerfield, but land awkwardly on his left leg and suffer an anterior cruciate ligament injury. Judd would have 6 touches at that point, but that would be the last we would see ever of Chris Judd in AFL level. Not the way we would have wanted an all-time great like Judd to be sent off. However, football can be a cruel game. Nonetheless, Judd left a legacy that many would agree considers him as one of the best to ever play AFL.